Shalom, this is Soldier Yehoram from Nation of Yasha Allah, and also known as Holy Saints and Apostles. I'm coming with you with another video about law protects and much more. And we really need laws in our life, because without laws, there'll be a lot of chaos and destruction. Just like you follow the European laws, you need to follow these laws of the Bible because it's important. Because that's like saying, I gave my kids laws and my wife gave them kids laws, and now I just decide to say, you know what, crucify me, babe, so my kids could just live forever, do whatever they want, and I will forgive them. It doesn't make sense. You have to do these laws because there's a lot of good things in here that the laws make us. So when you think about it, it won't make sense to like not do it and still get it. You understand? So let me start off with the law is love. I got two scriptures on that. I'm gonna start off in the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 22 and verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Salakia, let me start at 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and the great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets. So that's pretty good. I mean the first one, it says 37, where it says, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. So what does that mean? And they have a definition for love. We're gonna go to the book of John. We'll do John 15, and I'll do verse 10. If he keep my commandments, he shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandment and abide in his love. So Christ, as he was showing us that he was keeping the law. So it won't make no sense that he's showing us how to keep the law and he's doing the law for us not to do it and to just forgive every minute, or I forgive you every minute that you do something wrong. It wouldn't make no sense. Even with your parents, it won't make no sense because they won't tolerate it. So the same with Christ and the Most High. They would not tolerate it. Let's go to the law is freedom. You can go to the book of James 1 and 25. James. This is James chapter 1 and verse 25. But whosoever looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continue therein, he begin not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work. This man shall be blessed in his deed. So you can't be hearers only, you gotta be doers also. The law is knowledge. You can go to Malachi chapter 2. Malachi. This is Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. So this is showing you that the priests that's in your churches should be teaching you these laws, not just come as you are and just whenever you want and stuff like that. You got to be learning these laws at all times, because it says it right here in Malachi. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. So there you have it. They're the messenger of the Lord of hosts. So if they ain't telling you about these laws, and our people don't know these laws, that means they're not preaching the laws. They're not preaching you to do it. The law is wisdom and perfect, all in a few scriptures. We're going to stay in Psalms for a little bit. Let's start off with Psalms 119 and verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. And you know the word is these scriptures in these Bible, the laws. That's the word. And then we're going to go to Salaki. Yeah, we're going to go to Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. This is Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. You see? The law of the Lord is perfect, and it changes your soul, converting it. And the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Then we're gonna go with truth. The law is truth. You go to Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Can't get no clearer than that. The law is the truth. It's righteousness. You start learning these laws, you're going to be righteous, pure, all of that. Freedom, love, knowledge. You're going to get all of that. And it's more. It's more on truth. You got Psalms 119 and 151. Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are truth. So much, so much. Let's go with protection now. Protection. This is Psalms chapter 119 and verse 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. So that's showing you that it's going to protect you. It's not going to offend you. And it's also go with Psalms 91 and 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wing shalt thou trust. His truth shall be a shield and buckler. See, his truth shall be his shield and buckler. That's the truth that I read in Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. So it shows you that these laws will protect you, protect us. Let's go with healing. Let's go with healing. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 15. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil disease of Egypt, etc. Salakia, y'all. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil disease of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them that hate thee. So we know that America is, Salaki, y'all. You know that America is a new modern day Egypt. And ancient Egypt and modern day Egypt is the same. It's like having mother and daughter. Very similar. You might do a lot of things same, but some things are a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. This is modern day Egypt. So that's to let you know that these laws will protect you from all these sickness that's going on right now. Let's go with Exodus chapter 15 and verse 26. And said, if thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ears to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these disease upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I, the Lord, that healed thee. So it's so much, man. Let's go with prosperity. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 8. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou sittest thy hands, upon, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So he's gonna bless us wherever we go, and he says as long as we hearken onto these words, this is who he's gonna be protecting. Let's go with holy, good, just, and spiritual, all in one scripture. Let's go with Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. This is Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. So that's to show you, the law is going to make us holy. The law is going to show that we're good. And the law is what is going to make us just, and spiritual. The spiritual will be in verse 14. So this is Romans chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. So the law is spiritual. So anybody that's saying they spiritual and ain't doing these laws, they ain't spiritual. Let's go with pure. The law is pure. Let's go with Psalms chapter 19. Let's go back to 9 Psalms again. Let's go with Psalms chapter 19 and verse 8. The statutes of the law, the statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandments of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. So you see, the Lord commandments is pure. See, all these good things. So much good things about following these laws. So we got to get back into this and start doing and practicing it until we get perfect. And we can be perfect. We can. Let's go with Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5. Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5. Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So you see, it's not a pure. And then you have to put, he is a shield, see, protection unto them that put their trust in him. So I'm going to read, I'm finish this off with one script to let you know that we already know that not everybody is going to attend and understand and do these laws, but it's only a few. It's only a few that is going to be, and he said it from since. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So you see, he chosen a certain people, which are the Israelites. When you read all over this Bible, it's nothing but the Israelites is showing here. So it says, verse 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That sound like he choose one set of people. It ain't sound like he choose everybody to me. Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in numbers than any people, for he were the fewest of all people. So that's showing that the Lord already know that only a few, it was showing us that only a few people is following these laws and doing it right. So sometimes when you see a multiple crowd, that's not always saying that is the truth, because you see so much people following that. Here, right here, it's saying few, you was few in numbers, meaning it wasn't that many that was following it, and everybody else was against it, or just wasn't believing it, wasn't doing it. So for the elects and the people that want to do it, I give all praise for that. And the people that want to try it, come on down. Let's go. We're gonna be doing these laws and hearing the laws. So I pray that you guys do your studies, go through the little scriptures that I went through, see it for yourself. And like I say, if these priests is not teaching you the law, it's not in them, and they'll be one of the people that's in the numbers, where it says in verse 7, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because he was more in numbers. So if that priest got a lot of numbers, that doesn't mean he's doing something right. You got to check it out, make sure they're doing something right. Because if you're going through these scriptures and it doesn't match up from what that priest is saying, then something is wrong. So pray that you guys do your studies, and if you have any questions, you can message me or any of my brothers with from the YouTube channel, Holy Saints of the Apostles, or Nation of Yasha Allah, or Facebook, Nation of Yasha Allah, or Holy Saints and Apostles. So with that, I say shalom.